Michael Gove has lashed out at the EU's refusal to budge in trade talks as he warned the bloc must be willing to move on its demands. Elsewhere, JP Morgan has raised its odds of a Brexit trade deal to 80%, up from two-thirds, as negotiators from Britain and the European Union try to clinch an accord. With a week to go until the deadline to reach an agreement, Brexit talks are expected to go down to the wire this week as Brussels looks set to compromise on Boris Johnson's demands for fishing rights. JP Morgan said in a note to clients this afternoon, "Since the summer we have put the odds of a deal at about two-thirds, and no deal at a third. Given the recent news flow, the likelihood of a deal is clearly growing, and hence we shift our assessment to 80 to 20 in favor of a deal." The pound sterling also stayed close to the two-month high it reached the day before, with investors hoping that this week's Brexit talks will result in a deal. Marshall Gittler, head of investment research at BD Swiss Group, said, "I think the pound could continue the gains next month, depending of course on how the Brexit talks go." Michel Barnier said during virtual talks yesterday negotiators were running out of time, stressing fundamental divergences still remain. Both sides have indicated that to reach an agreement on key issues, including fisheries, governance and the level playing field, the negotiators need to meet in person. Express.co.uk understands the EU is expected to shift slightly and argue to Boris Johnson's demands, which are seen by several EU coastal states as disadvantaging their fishermen. A Whitehall source said the EU could give in this week as Michel Barnier is expected to attend London for face-to-face discussions with Lord Frost when he comes out of self-isolation. The source close to the negotiations added, "After months of resistance and try to get their own way for fisheries, there seems to be a shift of tone from the EU. This is a key part of the talks. We are an independent coastal state and will be so going forward." The UK leaves the EU's single market and customs union at the end of the year, and without an agreement, there could be tariffs and quotas imposed on trade with the bloc.